Pearlden, Texas. This is episode 11. It's February 27th, Saturday. We're at Elizabeth's house podcasting, and I'm Carrie.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Elizabeth. And today we also have a special guest. We have Allie from Savvy Skeins.
Hi.
An indie dyer here in Texas. So we're very happy to have her today, and we love her yarn.
I'm glad. I think half of my stash is Savvy Skeins.
Yes, they're nice.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What are we wearing?
what are we wearing?
I've worn this before on an episode, but I found these leggings in my closet, and it says knit happens, and I thought they were so cute that I really didn't have that much to wear with them except for just like a white sweater. So I've worn this before. It's called the Top Down Knit Pullover by Yarnspirations, and I just use Karen cotton cakes for it. So it's real loose, and to wear it with, just leggings. And
Cute.
So that's what I'm wearing.
Apologize for the dog groaning in the background. That's one of mine. One of my three, and we have him blocked off, and he wants to come in.
Yeah.
So
So he's gonna serenade us. He's gonna serenade you guys.
Okay, Allie, what are you wearing?
I am wearing Flickering Lights by Paper Daisy Creations.
Oh, nice.
I love that.
I love her design.
So I know
Cute shawl.
you can kind of see it.
What yarn are you using in this?
Okay, so the silver is called Silver Nickel. The red is called Crimson Crush. The purple is called Brandywine. This is Buttercup, the yellow. And then this kind of a rusty orange is called,
Copper penny? Copper pot?
no, I blanked on that one. And then this yellow and pink and red is called Rocket Pop.
Cute.
Super cute.
Yeah.
They all go together so well.
So that looks like it would be a good stash buster.
It really is.
Do you have leftovers?
I had so much left over too. I could have made a second one.
Yeah.
So I'd like to figure out if you could use minis in it or not.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
quite sure.
At least for parts of it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But this, what I really liked was learning this new stitch on here. It's called a crown stitch. Can't really see it very well, but it was so much fun because you're doing this drop stitch area, and then you get to switch to this crown stitch, and it's a good breakup of what do you call it? Like techniques.
Yes. Yeah, I love
It
patterns.
doesn't get boring.
I love that's this stitch here.
It looks like a lot of ends to weave in.
It was. I had to. So I stopped and. Well, there's some sections
That's
where
a
you can
Melissa
carry,
killer.
That's
where you
my-
can
my-
carry up.
That's my
in some
kryptonite.
areas. Like you can carry up these smaller sections.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
Super cute. Yeah, it looks like it would hold your interest because it changes a lot, right?
Yeah,
So
it
you wouldn't
does.
get bored.
Almost like knitting with self-stripping yarn. Where you want to get the
Mm.
nice
One more
part.
color.
Yes.
One more
So
shade.
there's that one.
It's very pretty.
Cute. And what are you wearing, Melissa?
This one my mom made me for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful.
It is crocheted, and I am not a hooker. I'm not good at it.
Me either.
So
It's very
That's
pretty.
She showed it to me while she was making it, and I kept on oohing and eyeing over it. And then I opened my Christmas present, and it was it. And I was like, "What? Awesome!" Because I don't crochet.
What
Do
yarn
you know
is
the
this?
pattern name?
I do. I have it on my phone.
I love
It is
gradient.
called "This Is Me" shawl, designed by Wilma Westenberg.
Mm.
And then the yarn was one of those sheep.
Oh, Sheppies?
Yes.
Or something in the
Oh,
Sheppies world.
Whirl. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the one where they're like almost strands of thread, and then there's like 5 strands of this solid purple, and then you move up a little bit, and then it's 4 strands of purple with 1 strand of like the gray,
yeah,
like
so kind of
so it kind of
fades in.
slowly fades and gradients it. Like here in the middle, there's like 2 of the dark mauve and 2 of the.
So yeah, you kind of get the
So
marled
pretty.
effect
This
almost.
is
Mhm.
colorway
Show the
7,
two
8, 9.
7, 8, 9.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Nice gift.
It was. I think she gave me sheep slippers too.
Aw, cute.
with you.
We're gonna beat each other up over here. What are you wearing?
Oh,
it's a bit.
Okay, so this is
That's
also
a
my finished
finished
object. It's my
object.
love note, which I talked about on the podcast before. Done in Julie Eslin Fino, and I forget what her Elite. I think no, I forget what her mohair base is. But yep. So I just did the one repeat. That was my modification. I did one repeat of lace instead of two on the yoke, and I did kind of 3/4 sleeves. Again, I apologize for my dog.
Aww. Should have just had them on the podcast. Poor
Yeah.
guys.
Oh goodness.
I think Elizabeth's dad's wrestling them up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just trying to get him out for a walk. Sorry about that. Such is life.
Yeah.
Do we have any other FOs?
Oh, I do. I have.
FOs.
I have quite a few.
I don't have any.
What?
I
We
don't,
had
have,
snow
I don't have
again.
any whips. I only have FOs.
We had snow again, and we were stuck inside, and so we got lots of knitting time. At least I did.
Yeah, we had a. For those of you who aren't in Texas, probably maybe heard about it on the news. I think it was all over.
I think it was all over the world.
We
I
had a
people
really
contacting me
bad
from-
storm last week.
Yeah.
We got down to 3 degrees, and most of Texas lost power at some point. Some for extended periods of time.
Mhm.
Some just rolling blackouts, and we had people lose water and.
It's cold.
It was cold. We had ice, we had snow. We got 7 inches of snow here, and then we had ice again, and then 2 days ago it was 84.
Yep.
So, go figure.
Someone made Elsa mad. I don't know who did it.
I was knitting by flashlight part of the night.
We were.
Sometimes I got so cold,
Oh, you
I
couldn't.
didn't even want to knit or crochet. I mean, I just wanted my hands in gloves or sitting on my hands or,
Yeah.
whatever. I just got so cold. And I was frustrated, so I
Mhm.
just didn't even knit.
That
So I
probably
know
would mess up your tension.
it probably would
Yeah.
have, but I really didn't knit much during the whole.
I don't.
I
think
didn't
did
have
either.
I really didn't have power that much, so.
We were on rolling, so every few hours we got a couple hours of power.
Every few hours I'd get like
You
4 to
got
6 minutes.
right?
Like
Oh.
I jump up out of the chair and go like make a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, maybe try and throw a frozen meal in the microwave, or like a burger patty or something that I could eat warm. Other than that, I was, doing, peanut butter and nuts and, stuff in the pantry.
Just
so,
to sustain yourself.
yeah.
I think there was one day where like me and my kids spent the whole day in the bed with every single blanket we owned and
Oh.
sleeping bags on top of us and
Oh.
layers of clothing and yeah, that was rough.
There were a couple of times where, like, the sun sets fairly early, and I guess you don't realize that when you have power. But when you don't have power, and the house is pitch black because the sun's already set, the only light I had was coming in from the windows. I had, a couple of battery-operated headlamps that I would use here or there. But it's funny because I'd be sitting in my chair, which I usually sit and knit in, but like I said, I wasn't really knitting. And I'd look at my watch and I'd be like, it's 6:55. I wonder if it's too early to go to bed. Like seriously, how much are my friends going to make fun of me when I say I was in bed by 6:55 every night? And I mean that's literally what I was thinking. I'm like, I wonder if it's too early to go to bed.
Well,
like
when you're
there's
a-
nothing to do.
Like a week without one, we didn't even have any internet. So we lost our internet service, and then 2 cell towers went down in the area, so we have very limited cell service. It was horrible. I finally, after like 2 days of not having much power, I remembered I had a set of rabbit ears, so we went and hooked up those, and our cable was knocked out, so we went, well actually we streamed, but so because the internet was down, we didn't have any TV, but I found my rabbit ears and hooked those up, so then when we would get our little bit of power, we could watch a show or two, or we could watch a movie on our DVD player.
Sure.
So that was it. So that was a little entertainment, but
Yeah.
yeah. Otherwise, it's like, oh yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Let's just go to bed.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I was like. Just gonna go to bed. I mean it's warmer in the bed,
So
and
weird.
I'm sitting here freezing my tushy off, so I just was like, I'm ready for bed.
Yeah.
So weird.
My dog did not want to go out. He's like, what is this? The first thing he only went out like once, and then I'm like, your bladder's gotta be hurting, but
Oh my gosh.
he hated it.
Terrible.
Oh.
So, okay, back to finished objects. I finished my fingerless mitts that I showed last time, which are the cedar, what are they called? Cedar shake? cedar shake fingerless gloves from the Juju's Loops book. I talked about it last time.
Mm-hmm.
But this is in Madtosh sock in the saffron color. So, just finished those. Sorry.
That's the name of the yarn in the song.
Oh,
Saffron.
Allie just remembered.
So I finished those. Let's see, what else did I finish? I did a bunch. I made these socks.
Those are so cute.
those are pretty.
I cranked the tube and then I hand knit the heels, toes, and cuffs. This was in the Cozy Knitter. It was her Huga colorway, Christmas colorway from a few years ago. It was in my stash, and the mini came with the set. So did those myself, making a pair for my mom with the leftovers, and then
That's District 12.
yeah, this is another sock I finished. And yeah, from Brazen Stitchery is the yarn and the sock base, and District 12 is the colorway. And I actually this is kind of exciting for me because I cranked the whole sock, the heel and the toe.
That's
And then
awesome.
I could have done like a hung hem, but I didn't have enough yarn, so I had to do this part, the cuff by hand, but that didn't take me very long. So I was pretty happy about that.
That's really great for cranking it all
Yeah.
on your own.
And then I made another pair of fingerless gloves out of the
You're
rest
gonna-
of the District 12. These are for my sister.
You're
Who
gonna
lives in
have the warmest hands
Colorado.
ever.
Yeah. She wears these all the time. She's a principal at a school, and so she wears these all the time out in Colorado. So
I will say I have about 3 sets of fingerless mitts like that. Like not
Mhm.
exactly like that, but different styles and patterns and things, and they got a lot of use
Mhm.
when we had our little cold snap.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then my sister requested socks, more socks, but she wanted them longer and to wear like with boots so they would kind of come over the top. So then we talked about it. I'm like, well, what if I make them looser and make them like slouchy? And she's like, and maybe have them roll down. She's like, yeah, that'd be perfect. So again, I cranked these on the machine and then just bound off the top so they kind of roll and they're loose.
That's pretty.
And this is that Lion Brand Manny Petty inexpensive yarn. I got it, I think, from Joanne Fabrics. So I didn't want to invest in really expensive yarn until she tries them and make sure that she likes them.
Like them.
But I'm sure she's going to, so then I actually went out and bought more and made myself a pair. So, because I liked them. And then I decided she needed mitts to match those socks.
I've never done the afterthought thumb. Is that
So, it's easy. It's just like doing a heel.
Gotcha,
only- yeah. So, and this colorway is called Crew. So, I made her those too. So, those are my finished objects. Yeah, the afterthought thumb, it's basically, I pick up, it depends on how wide you want it, but when I do them on my machine, I actually figured out a way to put waste yarn in, because on the first pair I didn't, and then when you cut, like, you pick up your stitches like you would normally on a sock, but when you cut, you only have little teeny ends, and I was like,
do.
ugh, I'm worried about that not being stable,
not
you know.
enough ends?
So then I thought, I gotta be able to put waste yarn in, so I figured out how to do it on the machine.
That's perfect.
And so then it's great, really easy. And then I just go back and hand it the thumb in. So
That's all
Yeah.
you have?
That's it.
That's it?
It's kind of a lot of one thing, but that was it.
Aw. Okay, this is
The cutest cardigan ever. That's what that is.
the antler cardigan
That's so cute.
by who's that by? It's by Tin Can Knit.
Uh-huh.
I obviously feeling that I've knit for 16 years, thinking that I know everything, and then reading this pattern, just kept knitting the charts, and I was only supposed to go to like row 19, so I like did a lot of tinking with it.
Oh.
So tinking cables, and then I think I made one arm too long, and like, it was just it was a well written pattern.
You just weren't following
I
it.
just was not reading right. And then I picked up these
It
cute little
happens.
buttons
Those are cute.
at Hobby Lobby.
Super
They're gonna
cute.
match perfectly.
Yep.
So this is the size 2 to 4, and I used vintage broke
Broke
open
open
stitch, so it's
stitch,
machine.
little
And I
buttons.
actually threw it in the dryer for a little bit, trying to get some of the water out of it when I blocked
Super
it.
cute.
hmm
Those buttons are perfect.
That's all I got.
Perfect.
I have 0 finished objects.
Oh,
Oh,
No,
terrible.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
it's because you were freezing.
I was freezing. I was freezing.
Oh my goodness.
We have a little cart of a knit along going on.
We do.
Alright.
I believe somebody has it started.
Oh, I haven't started yet this week because I've been working on something else.
Mine.
You started yours in red, right?
Yes, I did.
I have mine in a gray.
I just got the cables.
Oh, nice.
I'm a little bit past
You
the
guys are
cables.
cruising along. Does it go pretty quickly?
It's
No.
worsted.
So no.
No, I feel like I'm trying to crank it out.
Super cute.
I have the
And what is the name of the pattern again?
Leadberg.
By Susanna Icy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Leadberg. Leadberg.
Leadberg patterns.
Yeah.
They're very well written.
And then this is. You can start to see the
Oh,
cable.
pretty, Carrie.
You start the cable a little bit after dividing per sleeve. So it's the reverse stockinette, so the purl side is the right side.
Do you knit it inside out?
No.
No.
But you're knitting back and forth, so it's still knit one row, purl
Oh,
one row, knit
it's
one
not-
row.
yeah,
It's not in the
no.
round.
Blind moment.
So yeah, but the hard part will come when you're doing the reverse stockinette on the
Yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
sleeves, and then you'll be doing more purling than
Yep.
knitting. So yeah, that'll be a little bit harder, but
I know we did get one question about gauge swatches.
Oh.
So this is my gauge swatch. I did end up, I heard somewhere that if you put yarn overs in for what size needle you're using, in case you're doing multiple gauge swatches and you forget what size needle it is. So I have 9 holes in mine.
Can
I
you show it
cast
closer?
on 30 stitches just to give me more room.
You can see the yarn.
And I did
overs.
wash and block it.
Good
So what
job. I'm super
Good.
impressed.
So
So
it was
professional.
17 stitches, I believe, for 4 inches. So I did the little math to figure out how many stitches I needed per inch, and then I measured that out in 17 inches, or 17 stitches to make sure they were both good. And then these are kind of my little tools I like for my gauge. This one is Acreworks. This one's my favorite. And then this one is a handy gauge ruler from Ann Bud Knits. So both of these I recommend.
So it's hard to see.
It's kind of
You
nice.
lay it
You lay it
on
right
the
over the
knitting,
top.
and then you can
Mhm.
yeah you can
So
see
you would like lay it on, and then you can.
line up
match
your
the-
stitches with
match the
Mhm.
beads.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this one.
So
Very nice.
Very, very nice.
I have one of those somewhere. I don't know. where it is.
I have both of them as
Yeah.
well. In the
Yep.
drawer and the craft room.
Cool. The only thing I've been working on other than stuff I finished is the shawl that I'm test knitting for Allie, which is the layer cake. Not test knitting, sample knitting. Sorry. This, the layer cake shawl. So I've made quite a bit of progress on it. I was hoping to have it done today, but I got busy this week and didn't have much knitting time in the evening. So this is the first layer of the layer cake. And this is the nightshade colorway. And doing the fringe was really fun because you're knitting 5 stitches and then you drop them at the end and then they unravel, but they don't unravel all the way, and then you knot them. And so they're loops instead of blunt.
They're really neat.
Fringe.
They look really pretty.
So that's the first layer, or second layer, whichever way you want to talk about. And then this is the other, what's this color?
Berry Crush.
Berry Crush.
And then you attach
Super
the
pretty.
two with crochet.
Yes, along the edge. And then you can flip whichever side you want on the on the top
Reversible.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
reversible. So it gives you different looks.
Sure.
Super cute pattern. I was glad to be done with the seed stitch, though. I will not lie.
She texted us. I'm like, I don't want to do
Melissa's
this.
like, I'm not doing seed stitch. To you.
I'm a faster texter. And then this is
And
my
that's why I wanted to pass it off. You see, it was started.
Ulterior
my
motives
goodness.
everywhere.
this is
Feel
my,
the love.
next time I'll do it. I'll take one for the team. Sorry.
Next time Elizabeth gets first
Yes,
pick.
okay. Okay, deal.
I didn't mind it.
This one is the one that I'm doing.
So pretty. There's something
it's
about those
called-
colors together that just are very
Mhm.
eye-catching.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have 12 more rows left and it's done.
And what are the colorways again, Ellie?
Harvest Moon and Cornflower.
Very pretty.
I have a skein of Harvest Moon, but it's sparkly
Oh.
in my stash. Yes. I didn't realize it until you just said it the other day. I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, what's here that I've had for a while that I can do something with? And I pulled that skein out and I'm like, oh my god, this is so pretty.
And this one is
Oh.
called Color Courage by
Yes.
Lakeside Yarn.
Yeah, it's the same designer,
Mm-hmm.
both the patterns.
Good.
What are you working on, Allie?
So, I'm working on,
She's got a bag of tricks down there.
first, I'm going to show you my bag.
It's very cute.
These bags are made by Chaos Fiber Company. She's a local bag maker. And the reason I like her bag so much is because you've got pockets, and she makes these little, I don't know if you can see them very well, there's little loops inside that she calls seat belts, and it keeps your yarn straight
I don't know if the light's washing
Inside.
that out a little bit. but-
inside.
Yeah.
So, and they're quilted, so they're very,
Top-
very high
Oh, the whole
quality.
bag is quilted.
The bag
that's
is
nice.
quilted,
Oh, wow.
So check out Becky
Very nice.
at Chaos Fiber Company.
Those little gardening gnomes.
Yes,
That's
So cute.
she posted this one. I thought I gotta have that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And we'll put her website. Is she on Etsy or what? Does
she has a website.
Okay, we'll put
Mhm.
that link down below.
Below.
Carrie will.
No,
Not
Audrey.
me. Oh, Audrey.
I can put it in the show notes, but if
Okay.
you want it below in the video, then Audrey will
Oh.
have to add that.
Whatever we normally do. You tell I'm clueless. I'm useless in this.
But I
podcast.
can put it in the show notes.
Show notes. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
I've
our
got
show notes
two.
are in our Ravelry group.
I've got 2 projects going on. I'm making this sweater for my daughter. I'm on Sleeve Island,
Oh.
but it's called Aura. It's like Ginkgo bee, something like that is the designer, but it looks really weird right now, but it is a sweater.
It looks cute.
Is it like? Is it
It's a crop, so
Okay.
I do think it needs to be a little longer after holding it up to her. It has this, it's got petalum. It's got like this wavy bottom part that goes around the
Oh,
bottom.
neat.
Oh, like a peplum.
Peplum,
Yeah,
that's the
peplum.
word. It's like, what is that? Weird word.
Peplum.
But
Yeah.
anyway, my daughter loves these crop sweaters, so I thought, I'm gonna make her one then.
Oh, cute.
And this is just merino and silk. Not merino and silk. Mohair.
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 And what color is that?
It's in copper pot.
I knew you had a copper pot.
There's a copper pot somewhere.
I do have
in my
these on my
sweater.
website too right now, this color. It's in stock.
Definitely
Mohair's
a Carrie
pretty.
color.
Mm-hmm.
So my other one, I've been working on this for years.
Fizzle Pop. Is that Pop? Fizzle?
Yeah.
That was a fun
Sizzle
one.
pop. Sizzle
Sizzle pop.
Sizzle pop.
That's a fun one.
So it's
By,
taking me forever to get it done.
Beautiful
but
though. Look at the other side.
Leslie,
yes.
Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
yes, knit graffiti.
Knit graffiti. Yes. She's a really nice lady, and I took some
That-
classes from her.
That pattern almost
reversible.
made me want to quit knitting at first.
This one? You know how
I
many
was
times I've
so
thrown this in the
mad.
corner?
This is brioche, right?
Yeah.
Lots and lots
But
of
once
brioche.
you get it,
So
it's so
pretty.
fun. Once you figure out how the decreases work and everything,
Mhm.
and you get used to
It's
it.
very rhythmic and
Mhm.
The I don't know, it's just the texture and the squishy factor
Mhm.
is lovely.
So yes, it's taken me years to do, but
It'll be beautiful when it's
Will
done.
be.
because when I make a mistake, I don't know how to fix it.
I don't know how to
And
fix it in
then-
brioche either.
Corner it goes. until I'm ready to
Brioche
look at
is a
again.
little tough for
Brioche gets a little
fixing,
hard, yeah.
fixing
Depends on
mistakes.
how detailed it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I fixed some brioche in the past, but not many.
That's what I got going.
I have a couple things
Oh,
going on.
that's a cute bag.
Bags Boss and Granny. You guys know
That's
me.
super cute.
My whole bag stash is pretty much Bags Boss and Granny.
Is that flannel?
I
Oh,
don't-
it is. It's
Ooh.
flannel. I didn't know she made any out of flannel.
I'm pretty sure I probably
Maybe it was a special-
maybe twisted her arm and said, "Would you please make me this bag?" Because she spoils me like that. So this is my granito sweater. It ends everywhere.
Oh.
That's gorgeous.
I love the
Beautiful.
pockets.
So I'm on the sleeves. I'm a little bit late to the game. This is a stash enhancement for me. But the little chai goo needles, they come with an 8-inch, 5-inch, and 6-inch cord, and then
Perfect for
you know,
sleeves.
3-inch tip and a 2-inch tip. And so that's what I'm using
I have two sets. I love
for
them.
the sleeves. That's what I'm using for the sleeves. So I have both the sleeves going. I picked up both the sleeves. The pattern says to seam the pocket afterwards, but when I got my pockets to the same length, I just did like knit two togethers. Like,
I did that
knit
on
one
my-
from the front, from
Yeah.
the front of the sweater, and then knit it together with the stitch from the pocket.
I did that on my rugged coat,
So I still
So
have to
no heat.
seam the sides because the pocket's not closed.
but it gives you
Yeah.
a really stable bottom. Then.
But so the bottom is literally knitted in instead of seamed in. Plus, I kind of am a little bit worried about like the seam showing.
Mhm.
So when you seam the pockets from the front, it's literally going to be seamed on this little line that she's having you make in the pattern. So it's got something to seam to on the sides. But at the bottom, it didn't
Yep.
really have anything to seam to. So I was afraid it would like pucker, and I just went ahead and knitted it together with the body. So
Yeah, I did that on the rugged coat, and I was really happy I did. I got
Yeah,
a good
so-
finish.
That's gorgeous.
So just the sleeves, and I should be done. So I'm close, but
Mm-hmm.
that's still.
And you
kind
got
of
that
far
yarn
away.
from Darlene, right?
Darlene got the yarn
your
for me.
birthday?
It's for my birthday, which was just this past Thursday.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Happy birthday!
thank you. She got it for me.
2 birthdays we had.
Mhm. Yeah, Melissa's
Melissa
birthday.
too. The big
It
4
was the
Oh.
third
13.
0. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 4'9".
Oh,
Or
let's
nine,
not even
so I'm
talk
just
about the
one
age.
year.
Okay, moving on.
I have
Moving
5
on.
in front of mine.
Then I decided at the last minute, I got some yarn from Knit Picks, some city tweed that I thought was just gorgeous.
Mhm.
And it screamed May sweater to me, which is an Andrea Mowry pattern.
May sweater?
May?
It might have been
I'm
stalking
familiar
your
with that
Ravelry page and
picture.
site.
Or that pattern. Oh,
That's gorgeous.
that's really cute.
It's like a big loose sweater for like the leggings queen, which would be me. Love to wear leggings and a shirt. So I got one side already
Oh,
done.
wow.
Oh my goodness, you're cruising.
Wow.
So this is it's cast on at the bottom. And
Now I wanna
then
make
some
that.
short rows for
That
this.
exact yarn.
This is the back and this is the front. So there's some short rows. It's hard to see, but there's a little line. There's a slip stitch that goes up the front and on both sides and down the back.
But it's not orange.
It's not. It's pink. So then you come up and you do some more knitting this way and some short rows, and then a 3-needle bind off with the edge on the top. I'll do the exact same thing on this side, and then you pick up some stitches for the sleeves. You just do a ribbing real quick, and then for the collar edge. So
Wow.
it's a pretty fast knit. It's on like 10.5s and 11s with a worsted yarn. So.
Yep. It's really
It's
cute.
gone pretty quick, but it's held a lot of my attention, so I've really been enjoying it.
I have that yarn is the exact same color.
Do you?
I got it, I think, in December or something. Yeah.
I
I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I love it.
Knit Picks had sent an email you know, like when it was Valentine's Day, that all the reds and pinks were on sale. And I saw it and I thought, God, that would make a gorgeous sweater. So then I just ended up grabbing it real quick while it was on sale and then decided to make this May sweater. So. I'm working on a blanket. It's really just going to be like San Francisco 49ers. So it's just like,
Who's this for?
it's for a friend of mine who's a real big 49er fan.
Okay.
And so it's really just like going with, you know, just black till I get to it's crocheted. But I wanted to show this holder. Darlene's son made it. His name's Casey, and it's leather.
So
And it's a G plus hook,
Oh wow.
so it holds my fur. He did an Instagram giveaway with Darlene, and he's 7y_leather on Instagram, and he's making a few other hook holders for me. So I just really love this hook holder.
really
it's
nice.
super nice and sturdy. I'm having him make me one that has like a daisy on it because I love daisies with like a little yellow, because I have a yellow hook and stuff. So I'm enjoying that. And then the last thing I'm making, promise my last whip, is a sockhead hat for Darlene's grandson Trenton in the Rasta colorway.
It looks so tiny.
You made one of these before, haven't you? Oh, that colorway.
Not this
No.
colorway.
Okay.
But I did make one in a similar
Similar,
colorway, and Antonio ended up having that. But Trenton wanted like a Rastafarian color, and this is turtle pearl yarn, and the colorway is called Rasta. So I'm almost to the point where I get to just knit in the round, which is my favorite thing to do. And Darlene thinks it's the most boring thing ever. And I love to just sit and knit in the round, especially on like a circular and just go.
I always like to pick on my kids if I'm working in the round. I'm like, hold on, one more row, because you're in the round. So
Like it never ends.
Never ends.
Yeah.
3 hours later.
Perfect.
One more row, I'm almost
Yeah,
there.
almost there.
Almost there. Almost there. That's all my whips. That's all my whips.
So we wanted to ask Allie a few questions.
Gotta pick her brain.
Oh boy. So I want to know how you got started dyeing and when you got started dyeing.
So I started dyeing. We moved from Oregon to Texas in 2013, and it was probably a year after we moved. I started dyeing yarn. So just since we've been here, what, 7 years, 6 years, something like that.
How long have you been knitting?
See, I started when my daughter was 10 and she's 21 now, so 11 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great. What do you like most about dyeing yarn?
What I like the most is, I think just coming up with new colors, and just like when you put two colors together in the dye pot and you see them hit each other and it makes something new, it's addicting to me. Like the most recent one was, I'll put a teal on, or I'll do like a really bright blue, and then I'll put like a teal green on it, and I'll just make this brand new like greeny blue color, and I love that.
Watching colors pop. That's neat. And where do you get your inspiration for colors?
A lot of times I try to use like from nature.
Okay.
Like right now I'm doing a yarn club subscription.
The birds!
Yes, the birds.
I hate birds.
Oh.
we talked about this on a previous.
have.
No, I don't hate birds. I'm terrified of birds.
Oh
So I go, I want to join that club, but I can't. It's birds.
Isn't there a name for a bird
But your
phobia?
colors are beautiful.
I'm gonna have to
There's
Google
gotta be.
that.
There's gotta be a name for
I'm
it.
gonna have to Google it.
It's one of my little, whatever.
Quirks.
Yeah, quirks.
Yeah.
A little quirky. It's all right.
Yeah.
What made
It's
you
a good
decide to
idea.
start dyeing?
I think it was just, I was already knitting and I went into a yarn shop, because I've never really been into a yarn shop until I got down to Texas, and I saw some indie dyed yarn. I thought, I want to do that.
Wow, that's kind of
So-
cool.
I started playing with it just for myself, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, well, I'll buy that from you. Well, I'll buy that. And then it just kind of went.
That's kind of awesome.
It's like
That's
I
really
tapped
nice.
into something that I didn't know was inside me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
That's
relaxing when you're meddling around with
It
colors?
is. I mean, now that I do it so much, it can get a little tedious and
Okay.
get boring. But during this snowmageddon that we had, and I couldn't do
the
anything
water.
for like 3 days, had no electricity, no water.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna go crazy. I could not wait to get back
I bet.
to
I
the
bet.
garage. So
Makes
So-
you appreciate things. Makes you
For
appreciate
sure.
the tedious stuff
Yeah.
a little
For
bit.
sure.
Yeah.
So your dye studio is in your garage?
it's in my garage.
Uh-huh. That's pretty common though for indie dyers, right?
Yeah, I have a dream though of getting my own space, like a retail space.
Uh-huh.
But,
Someday.
Is it hard to replicate colors? Like when you've dyed one and you've made it and you see the end result and it's beautiful and then it's like, what did I do? Like, is it hard to like get it again?
sometimes it is. I'm trying to be more disciplined in writing it down when I do it.
Mm.
I have run into the problems like, I didn't write that down. Dang it! and
Oh,
then I have to
no.
figure out what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So
How many, like in an average year, how many new colorways do you typically come up
oh
with?
gosh, I never thought of that.
Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Sorry.
Well, I guess quite a bit now that I've got, like, I'm trying to do more like yarn
Right.
clubs, so I'm having to invent stuff every month.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, some
So
of
at
your bird
least 12.
colorways are gorgeous. And
Yeah.
if I didn't do your club last year, I would have.
The owl one, that
Yeah.
almost.
And
I'm like,
Jen-
well, an owl's not quite a bird. In my head, I was
It
like,
is. It is the bird.
Yeah.
because that colorway is gorgeous.
that turned out good. Well, I'm hoping that next year I can do, like, if I'm doing birds now, maybe I'll do, like, ocean the next, or like,
Mhm.
maybe national parks, or,
Mhm.
I don't know, space.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Your ornaments too this year were for your advent were
Yeah, we
really
showed them on the
cool.
podcast.
Those are fun.
Yeah, that was a great idea. Besides just doing minis, like a lot of
Yeah.
other. But yeah, those were cute.
Yeah, the whole presentation of it was just
Mhm.
adorable.
That's good. I wanted to do something different than what everyone else is doing.
Yeah,
Sure.
it definitely was.
It was. It
That was really neat. I enjoyed test knitting them, and I enjoyed them on my tree.
I didn't quite get into them until it was getting pretty close to Christmas, and then I thought this is definitely something that I'll be able to do like you
Yeah.
know, the whole year and like kind of stack
Yep.
them up and
Mm-hmm.
you know keep them
Mm-hmm.
for next year.
So do you have any festivals or trunk shows coming up?
I have some festivals coming up, which is I am so excited because we haven't had it in person for a long time. So next weekend I will be in Bandera at it's like the Bandera Fiber Arts Week. So that'll be fun. There's only just 3 of us indie dyers there, and then the rest are like more. I'm guessing it'd be fiber, like animals and spinning.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be fun.
I think I might try to hit that one.
That's
It's kind
next
of
weekend in
local, though.
Bandera.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then in April, supposedly Yellow Rose is still on for Insegene.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's not
okay.
too
Because
far
they
from us.
haven't canceled it yet. So
Okay.
I'm hopeful. And then there's on April 24th in Fayetteville.
Where's that?
I think it's up.
Is it in Texas?
Yes, kind of up
Fayetteville,
College
Texas.
Station,
Okay.
that area.
Oh,
over there.
okay.
So it's at the Blue Mule.
Oh,
Winery.
yeah. Yeah.
So they do a Texas Yarn Lovers event every year, and they're still doing that. It's a one-day event, and there's also wine tasting.
Oh.
They do.
Well,
they
if
do
you're gonna
nice
pick
yarn
one,
as
that's the
well.
one to pick.
Mhm.
That blue mule yarn is nice as well.
Is it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I've done some. I have some of that in my stash, and I've done a few shawls with their yarn. It's nice.
I haven't heard of it before.
They did a trunk show one time, one yarn
Yarnivore?
crawl at Yarnivore. Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's fun. So hopefully you'll
Yeah.
get to. Hopefully those will still go off.
Yeah.
Fingers
Yeah.
crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yes, that's good. Really good.
So you just have the birds?
I have the bird one that I'm doing, and then I'm also doing just a plain color of the month. Which I'm trying to, which is really good for my brain to be inventing new stuff every month.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So there's a continual color of the month, and then I'm launching one actually March 1st called Knitflix. And
Oh.
last year I did cult classic themes, and it was so much fun to be able to look at some of these older movies or these cult classics and figure out
Uh-huh.
watercolor inspirations from. So I'm doing one. I'm just calling it Netflix, and it covers all movies,
types of
TVs,
movies.
whatever.
Yeah.
That'll be
cool.
fun.
So, and it,
That's nice.
I'll kind of give a sneak peek or into it. The first month, I think I'm going with The Shining.
Red rum. Wow.
Yes, so I was just kind of looking at how all these different filmmakers use color in their movies to create like feelings and emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually watched The Shining for the first time with my son last week, and
Oh
it was like,
gosh.
this is crazy, but the
Scary.
colors are really cool.
I don't think I've seen
So it's creepy.
I saw it when I was a little girl, and it was, very impactful. It's an impactful horror movie for me.
I
You know,
figured,
when you watch it young.
since it was made like in the 80s, maybe the horror will be kind of tamed and we can like kind of laugh at it now, but it was still creepy.
It's pretty creepy. It's a pretty creepy movie. Yeah. But I liked it.
It's funny you say that about color and evoking emotion and stuff, because I have a friend that from high school actually who he has an invention that's actually been pretty successful, and it's a tool for cleaning windshields in the auto, and anyway, it's sold at all the big box stores and on Amazon and everything, and but it was kind of a unique story of him getting that to market, and he is making a film now about his story. But part of it, he actually made a painting, and it's so funny that you just said that, because last night we were texting back and forth, and he sent me a picture of the painting, and it's quite interesting how it ties to the movie. But we got into a really deep discussion about the different colors in the painting and what they represent
And its
stuff.
emotion.
So it was really, really interesting. So like when you just said that, I was like, oh my gosh, was she here last night? Because it's exactly the same thing.
Mhm.
So that's neat when you can relate it to
Absolutely.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Well, that's exciting.
Lots
Yeah.
of exciting stuff
Mhm.
going on.
And they're all, just in case, all of my yarn clubs are now open to yarn stores. So
Okay.
Okay, so they're exclusive. That's awesome.
yeah, yarn stores can jump in just in case there's people that are like, well, I don't want to do a subscription, but there's
But
certain
just
colors
a
I
certain
want,
one.
and they can
Okay.
go
That's
contact
awesome.
your yarn store.
Yes.
Tell them about me.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Gotta support local businesses.
This is a worthy business.
Yes.
Thanks.
We love your yarn, for
Mhm.
sure. For sure.
So, being that we have birthdays, it's kind of jumping into stash enhancements. My friend
Yeah.
Mary said that diets don't
Yarn
work.
diets.
Any diet does not
Any
work
diet.
on your birthday.
Okay.
She said it. It's Mary's fault.
Let's see how many are coming out of this magic bag
Okay,
now.
well, so first of all, my friend Jennifer sent me a goodie bag. It had lots of chocolate in it,
Nice.
so that disappeared really fast. I actually found, she gave me like a little thing of M&Ms, and I found a little tear in the corner of it in my pantry, and my kids were sneaking M&Ms.
Sneaking them out?
Oh.
I wonder where they get that from.
I don't know.
Must be Trevor.
Probably, yes. Okay, so Jennifer sent me this diamond art. I have never done this.
I hear it's quite addicting.
It is. So I'm a little bit worried about how this is going to impede on my knitting time, but I'm very excited. I'm thinking maybe Audrey would help me with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she will.
And then she also sent me some gorgeous fiber. This is from Two of by Hand. And it is a Polworth silk blend, which
Oh my
is
goodness.
awesome.
Can I touch it?
Yes. It reminds me of spring.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So you're
It looks like an
spin
Easter
it.
egg.
It does. Very
It
pretty.
does look like Easter eggs.
I'm excited for this one. It's been a while since I've one. I guess Christmas.
I was about to say, you just finished that Christmas one.
And
Not that
then my friend Melissa Brown sent a pattern for Caitlin Hunter's new pattern.
That's pretty.
See it
It's
here.
very pretty.
So
It's
since-
far too detailed for me.
Since she sent me that, and I'm
You-
sitting here contemplating, I'm like, it was really sweet of her to send this to me. I really need to make this.
Of course you do. So let's see what yarn you're going to use.
So I put in this order, and it was funny because I'm like texting the group. I'm like, I don't know if I should do it or not. And then I'm looking on Ravelry, and then Wool Bearers, they are in New Jersey, had a really good price on this. So I ended up ordering it with them. This is the yarn that's called for in the pattern. So this will be my main color, the light pink.
That's pretty.
Then this will be my bird, another lighter
very
pink.
nice.
And then, because this seems to be really popular, the Papa Orange with pink. So this is soft orange brown, will be the little accent cupping. It's very woolen spun.
Yeah, it's nice though.
It's pure lamb's wool from Scotland, from a family-owned fibre mill. So a beautiful, natural, and scoured quality for your dreamy knitting projects.
Dreamy knitting. That's what we all have.
I was
is
super
dreamy
tempted to
knitting.
cast this on right away, but I'm like, I gotta be good. I gotta work on my cardigan, knit along, and finish some other projects. So, but that was my bad splurge. And then my friend Lisa, she gifted me this for my birthday. It is, I think it's a Knit Picks lace, and she dyed it purple with Kool-Aid.
Oh,
wow.
So it's pretty. It's very
Pretty.
tonal. So I believe it's around 400 yards.
It's really pretty.
Very nice. Good job, Lisa.
Yeah, I think that's it. What is the- Yep, that's it.
Well, I broke my yarn diet.
How far did
Was
you
it your
make it?
birthday?
It wasn't my birthday, but it was Melissa's birthday, and if you sit next to someone whose birthday it is, the diet is off. So
Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know that.
New rules.
Okay.
We're going to make this up as we go.
Yes, that's exactly it. I don't know, something stressed me out, and one morning I saw this on Instagram, I think, and I was like, oh, I have to have it. So, I got it. So this is from So Happy Jane, and this is called Pistachio Cream. And it's in her Bouncy Fingering base, which is 75 superwash merino and 25 nylon, 463 yards. It's really, really pretty.
It's very, very pretty.
It's got like mauve and purples and green
and brown.
and like a
It's got
creamy
everything.
base. Super pretty. So I got that, and then I ordered a sock set
Oh, that's pretty.
that is called Decadence and Poppy Cheeks. Just like a plushy pinky rose and then this kind of burgundy-ish color. And then it came with these really pretty stitch markers from the Pearl Smith. They're little tiny hearts, and then one of them has a pearl.
Oh,
So
those
that
are
was like a
cute.
set. Yeah. And then she had these tiny popper bundle, which is a set of minis. Sorry for the crinkling, trying to get the colors
It looks
out.
like a couple of the colors are the same.
Yeah.
So
Definitely,
you have
definitely a
these-
theme going on
Yeah.
here. But yeah, I thought those were very, very pretty. So I have no idea what I'll do with them, but I loved them.
I'm
And it
sure
made me
it's
happy.
something.
I wonder if it would work for batch. This one.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that would be really nice.
That would be pretty.
yeah.
I follow her on Instagram.
Do you?
Yeah,
I don't know
I think
how I
Tammy
started,
knows
but
her.
oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I don't know. I just loved it, and they came in the mail really quickly, and so yeah, that was my busted my diet. But I made it at least through. I think it was like mid-February when I ordered it.
Month and a half.
So a month
Way
and
to
a
go.
half.
That's pretty
That is
good.
good for you.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
That's
pretty
good for me. And now I feel better. Okay. I feel like my sins have been forgiven.
I only have one more stash enhancement, and it's the bag.
Oh,
I got the extra large pampa bag in stone
nice.
for my birthday, so
So
Love it.
pretty. That color's
and it holds so
soft
much.
and gorgeous.
It holds so much. I brought all my stuff in it, so I love it.
Do you have any more yarn, Alan?
Did you bring any yarn to show, Allie?
I brought the boots inspiration.
Can you grab it too?
Yeah. This is my favorite color.
It's so pretty.
It's a popular one because it's kind of a neutral.
I did my Julie's wrap by Joji Locatelli in that, and I just love it because I wear it goes with everything.
Mm-hmm. It's good because it can go with both masculine and feminine.
It's my favorite colorway.
So gorgeous.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Do you want to give them our tip?
Oh, I was watching.
Tips and tricks.
I was kind of looking at how sweaters fit and how you can kind of try to measure them out a little bit better. And one thing I was in Knit Stars class from, I'm going to mess up her name.
Jacqueline Stisak.
Yes. I just kind of started watching it, and she had some really good information. One, she's very body positive, which is very motivational.
Sure.
And she also said when you're going to knit a sweater, to wear whatever you're going to wear underneath that sweater, and then measure yourself. And then she also said that if you sit a lot during the day, take your measurements while you sit, so it'll fit you better.
That makes sense.
And that, yeah,
does make
it does.
sense.
Because your body kind of
And yet I've
stretches.
never thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've always stood up when
Yeah.
I've like taken it. You know, I usually have somebody take them for me or
Right.
whatever if I can't
Mhm.
quite get, you know, tape measure or whatever.
Yeah, like if you
I mean.
sit 8 hours a day at work or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or in your
Or
car.
in your
Yeah,
car.
like you have all this
Yeah.
extra fabric, like if
Yeah,
so.
that makes sense.
And also to measure your hips and everything when you sit. You know, when you're sitting.
Oh God, that's scary. Sorry.
You know what
I
Shakira
have zero
says?
filter.
The hips don't lie.
Yeah, no, they're good.
Hips don't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Shakira.
We're professionals.
But that's good. That's good tips.
That is,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And she also showed a bunch of other measurements, like your arm depth and taking it from different parts. And it was a really interesting class so far as I've watched. I think it's cute.
Yeah. And Bud has some really good books on measuring too in some of her books where she talks about the different measurements and things that I never would have thought of. You know,
Mhm.
like the sleeve depth and what have you.
Different things of
Mhm.
that nature. Yeah.
And she also kind of talked about, like a lot of patterns nowadays have like what size the model is wearing with how many negative or like positive E's in it. Like my cardigan that I just started, it doesn't say on the pattern how much, but then I kind of looked it up. Ravelry's a good tool for that, and it said I think 6 to 7. So I ended up making a 47 inch.
Okay.
So. And I didn't know any of that. Like I would always go towards like the 36 or whatever. It was
Sure.
thinner.
Oh.
So yeah, that positive ease really helps make your stuff fit and look nice.
Yeah, because you don't want to do all that work and then not have the garment fit.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Or you think that it'll fit the way it looks in the picture, but then you didn't,
Yeah.
you know, think about the positive ease.
Now I'm starting to wonder if I thought of the positivities on my sweater. Thanks a lot, Melissa.
Well, at least the cardigan is a little more
It
forgiving.
has like an
It is,
8-inch
you know.
collar on it too.
It does.
so-
It has a pretty large
Yeah,
collar.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I hope so.
You will.
Because I'm pretty sure I didn't pick a 47 inch.
I don't.
So.
You're smaller than I am.
No.
Anyway. I feel bad.
I'll look it up.
Okay. I'm sure you'll be.
If not, Paige will wear the cardigan. You know, somebody will wear it.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's gonna be a lot of knitting in that.
It is. But I'm enjoying it. The cables are fun.
Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten too far. Elizabeth, how's yours going?
Yeah.
She has the yarn.
I
Sorry.
have the yarn together.
Yeah.
I haven't swatched. I haven't done anything. I want to finish the shawl first, and then once I get that done, I'll do the sweater.
Sure.
I always get sidetracked by socks too, and my machine actually broke. Part of my knitting machine broke, and so I had to send it back. It's an Erlbacher Gerhardt, and their customer service is just fabulous. And I emailed them and I sent a couple pictures. I'm like, so this happened. I'm not sure why, but she's like, send it back to us as soon as we get it. we'll send you a new one, and it was like 1 week turnaround. Like,
Wow.
they shipped it out the day they received, because I have my tracking to make sure, because the post office has been a little slow. And so the day they received it, they shipped the part out, and then she gave me a cone of scrap yarn to use, like when you cast on and stuff. She threw that in there too. That was so nice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
But anyways, when I got it back, I was like, oh my gosh, because it was broken for almost a week before I got up the courage to email them. And then a week, turnaround time, so it was a couple weeks, and like I got it back, I was like, oh, I get
Your
to cry.
withdrawals
So I was
were
like,
kicking in. You needed to go.
Obviously, you did some cranking with that.
Cranking like
Yeah.
crazy. She didn't need any power, so she could just
You
crank
don't-
it.
yeah,
Yeah. Just
Mhm.
all
Get a little light going, and you're
all
good.
arm energy. So.
Yeah, and you
So.
guys are gonna actually work on a cranking project together, and that's gonna be exciting.
A secret project.
Wow.
And
Wow.
secret
project we're
I will
trying
be
out.
happy to give you my money.
Yep, so Allie's got some good things coming.
Lots of ideas.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining
Yes,
us
thank you
today.
for having me. This was fun.
Absolutely.
Very glad to have you. And
Pick your brain. a
show
little
Allie
bit.
some support. Go to her
Yeah,
website, buy
please.
some of her fabulous yarn.
Mhm.
You will not be sorry. You'll
No,
be
you won't.
addicted.
You will be.
Good stuff.
So-
We've all used it.
Yep.
We all.
All right, and I guess until next time.
Yeah.
Happy knitting.
Yeah.
Happy knitting.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.